representing our country at the Olympic Games. We are very fortunate as tennis players that we have, great tournaments around the world. We have Grand Slams. Obviously, Roland Garros is one of the biggest tennis tournaments in the world for us, and that's where we play the Olympic Games. But representing Serbia at the Olympic Games has been
guys, it's Carlos here. This is the view from the Champions Park. I just finished my shift, so we had loads of stars coming up today into the parade. From Djokovic to Teddy Rayner and a lot more. So this is the end, well, near the end of it. It's 8 o'clock in the evening. Normally the parade lasts about an hour and a half. Today it's been about 2.5 hours now, because there's loads of medal winners coming up into the parade to show their medal they win, the medals they won over the last few days. Tomorrow, there's more tomorrow. This is the leisure area, right on the front of the Eiffel Tower. You can see the bars, the picnic areas, and people drinking, people eating, and the temperature is finally a bit lower. So it's absolutely stunning up here. But I'm off now, so I'm gonna go and have my dinner, and then I'm gonna go to bed, because tomorrow there's another day. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. Good morning, everyone. Bonjour à tous et à toutes. Et bom dia aí no Brasil. Again, I'm here for my quick update for my day yesterday at the Trocadero, at the press quarters at the Trocadero, Paris 24 Olympic Games. Yesterday, the day went quite quick because it was very busy indeed. As I got into to the center of the Trocadero, after having my very quiet lunch downstairs, I went up into the office to meet everybody else. So by the time I went up, I could tell that it was going to be a very busy day, because the crowd was already gathering. And normally the crowd comes about 4 o'clock in the afternoon, but yesterday, because everyone knew that the Parc des Champions, the Champions Park, was going to be receiving or welcoming quite a lot of the big medalists. So they gathered much earlier than normally, and the queues were absolutely huge. By the time we went up to receive our briefing of our duties for the day, the heat was quite intense, and it was very odd that we could see all these people waiting outside, but they had a purpose, and that purpose was to see the heroes, especially the French, the medal winners. We went down to the stands where the journalists and reporters normally stays during the important events, and then as we got there, it was only very few there, but we knew for a fact that after 4 they started to arrive. By 4:30 the stands were somehow quite full already, so the crowd came very early because we got the list of the athletes coming, and that included big names like Djokovic, who won the gold medal in tennis, and then we had Ted Rayner, one of the French heroes, and then we had the swimmers, who had the gymnastics, and quite a lot of the French medalists came in to celebrate their victory. The parade started again as usual with some warm-up acts, and it was this incredible dance troupe, which if you could call that a dance, because they were kind of very modern, acrobatic, and it was pretty amazing. That got the crowd going very early. It's about 5 o'clock in the afternoon. By 5:30 the stands were completely full, and as on the press stands we had some seats on the front. It's about 100 seats, so we decided to, as very few journalists were coming through because they're all taken by other sports all around Paris, so we opened our bit for the public, and it was quite a mad rush because everyone wanted to be close to the catwalk where all the athletes would come through. When the parade started about 5:30, 5:45 or something like that, one of the first big stars was Djokovic, and strangely enough, he was very warm. He was very different than the Djokovic we see quite a lot of the time in screens, a bit moody, and this time he was quite nice and speaking quite good French, which I was quite surprised. I didn't know he spoke, and so he stood there for 10 minutes thanking the crowd and receiving his incredible ovation. After him, we had a few other athletes, and then we got the big ones. We got the judo group, team judo, which was won by France, and then third place was the Brazilians, and of course the climate just went mad because they played this amazing music, which is not Brazilian but kind of. So they had a party, and then the French team came, and with Ted Rayner, of course, the big hero, and it was the stands just went absolutely mad for him. They were there for very long. Actually, they had to be asked to walk back up to the press because they had other athletes to come through, and we had a parade of them. So the British girls won the canoeing, and then we had the gymnastics, we had swimmers, we had archery, we had trampoline and athleticism, and we had quite a variety of medal winners coming through yesterday. Normally the catwalk ends about 7:30, about an hour and a half of catwalk, and last night I left, it was 8:30 in the evening, and they were still coming. So by 8:30 I was quite knackered because the heat was quite intense, and we stayed quite a bit on the stands on the sun. drink a lot of water, of course, because it was the only way to keep hydrated. By 8:30, 8:45, I went up into my office. So went down to the restaurant, had my dinner. It was about 9 o'clock. Said goodbye to everyone, and I left back to the flat. When I was leaving, I realized that quite a lot of the volunteers are leaving today. So some of them came for a very short period. And so today, the Tuesday, hello everyone, bonjour à tous et à toutes, bom dia aí no Brasil. This is my quick update again for the day of yesterday at the Trocadero, at the press headquarters at the Trocadero, where I'm based. The afternoon started as usual, meeting for our briefing after lunch at the office, and by 4 o'clock we knew exactly where and how and who was going to do what. So I was placed at the stands to look after the press, journalists and reporters from around the world. And we got there, and we noticed that the reason there was very few people there, because it was a bit early, of course, 4 o'clock, but then it was the heat. The weather was very hot and humid, so we stood there for about an hour, and then breaks in between for, you know, water and for shade, and because it was indeed very hot. By 5:30, the festivities started with a dance troupe warming up the crowd, which, by the way, at that time was absolutely, completely full. It was about 13,000 people there, and they kept on coming. So at one point the park was closed, and because they couldn't, you know, hold any more people. One of the first big stars starting the festivities, you know, the catwalk, was of course Djokovic, who won the gold medal for the tennis, and he gave us a little speech, and the crowd just went mad about him. He's a controversial character, as you know, and whether you love him or you hate him. Even me, which never been very warm to him, I applauded him yesterday because he did something which he wanted to do for so long. So now he's a winner in every single big slam of tennis. Later on, we got the judo. The Brazilians came in with their party music, and it was very fun to watch. And then we had the French, of course, who won the gold medal on the judo team. So they were there for quite some time, and actually the host had to ask them to walk back into the stands where the press were waiting for them, because we had lots more athletes to come into the catwalk. And we had a variety of them. We had the gymnastics, we had swimmers, we had rowing, we had shooting and trampoline, and you name it. Yesterday was probably about over 100 athletes coming to the Champions Park. Normally the Champions Park parade takes about an hour and a half, but not yesterday, not last night. Last night went on to 8:30, 8:45. I left, it was about 8:45 in the evening, because my shift was ending at 9, and they were still coming to parade their medals. Anyway, it was an absolute stunning night, and of course the perfect backdrop of the Eiffel Tower provided everyone with this amazing opportunity for pictures and videos and all that. After 9, it was back to the office, so I went for my dinner down at the restaurant, and then I said goodbye to quite few of the volunteers, because I realized that quite a lot of them were leaving yesterday, so there was that last day of volunteering for the games. Not like me and few others, which will stay here until the end of the week. And so today
it will be more of the same, and we're expecting big stars again, including Léon Marchand, the swimmer, and the crowd, I'm sure, will come thick and fast for him as well, and for everybody else. So for now, it's a goodbye from me, and look after yourselves. Keep hydrated, because today is going to be another scorcher. We're expecting over 32 degrees, and then it's humid. So keep safe, and bon après-midi à tous. Et la journée va être très très chaude, donc attention au soleil. E para vocês no Brasil, uma boa tarde. So goodbye from me now. Bon après-midi à tous, et ciao ciao.